What's going on? This is Jared Welch coming at you with another BETMIX tutorial. Today we're going to be covering a cool feature that they've added to BETMIX with the factor detail. Now the factor detail, we wrote a little article a couple days ago on this feature at racingdudes.com. It's the new factor detail display, and you know, we talked about what all the categories mean: win, ROI, place percentage, show percentage, advantage, accuracy, win, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's easy to look at it, an article, and read it, but to really have to use it to really understand it. So today I decided I'd show you exactly what we're working with here, and basically I'm gonna try to do this as fast as we can, because I mean, you know, so many things with BETMIX, and it's what makes it so cool. Is, you know, I could talk about this forever, but today I played around with the features, and I've created my own BETMIX Pick 4 using the factor detail display at Oaklawn Park, the late Pick 4. We hit it. It's about a $240 investment. I think it paid about $400. So it's not a huge hit. It's not a huge hit at all, but going into that last race, we had 3 or 4 horses that had upwards of, you know, 1,500 to maybe like 3,500 payouts. So, you know, the potential was there to make some money. So it got me thinking, you know, what could we do with this moving forward? And one of the best features about BETMIX is your ability to go back and look at past races and to see, you know, test strategies, that kind of thing. So that's what I did. If you go up here to historical races, you know, click that tab. And then from there, you just basically go up here to the date and decide what day it was, the track, and the race. And so last weekend, the dudes were at Oaklawn Saturday, Sunday, and Monday for the Smarty Jones on Monday. So I tested out the late Pick 4 for each of those days, because we played it each of those days, and you know, we did okay. We played it every day. We didn't hit one, but we were smart on how we played them, and we hedged. And you know, we ended up doing okay because of that. But I wanted to see if, you know, we could have done something differently using this strategy that I used today. So I tested Saturday and Sunday, and you know, we would have gotten close but didn't hit. But you know, Pick 4s are tough, so I tried Monday, and Monday's a different story. Do what I did if you're going back and testing results. Don't look. You know, sometimes if it just happened, it's easier to remember, but if you don't remember exactly what horse it was that won, don't look. And because even though you say it doesn't matter, it still might influence who you're going to pick. So the thing about what I'm about to show you is it's strictly about the numbers. You know, you're not able to really see the horse name or the jockey or whatever, so it makes it a little easier to stay away from kind of getting one way or another with a horse that you think that's swayed because you remember that horse won. So I went ahead and filled this out because I don't want to bore you and have a ton of information on here, because like I said, I could talk forever. Here we are. I found, you know, 119 Oaklawn Park race 6, started the Pick 4. Here's your list of the horses, but if you scroll down, here's the race profile, and you can look at the factor detail. This is what's so cool about it. So, you know, you come here and you see, you know, right now I have it, you know, filtered win ROI going down, because I mean, to me, we're trying to pick winners here, and try to pick winners. That's you know, that's what we're trying to do when we're hitting Pick 4. So as you can see, you have, you know, average speed last 3, horse speed percentage, speed last, and you can see the win ROI, accuracy, place ROI, show ROI, the percentages over here, the advantage. So what all these mean? Okay, accuracy means it gives you those 4, and that first one per se, 7, 9, 11, 2. The accuracy is 30.86. That's you know, the best you can get is 100. We explained this in our detailed write-up at racingdudes.com. You can check that out. But what accuracy, and I'll talk about it right here, is it basically means if you correctly predicted the top 4 finishes in that order, 100 would be what you get. So the higher that percentage, the better, you know, chances that that horse or that race is done better getting the last 4. And where is this information coming from, you might be asking? It's taking the last 40 races, similar races, and making that data. Now, if this race does not have 40 races, like say Oaklawn may not have 40 to go off of, but it's going to take the most recent similar races, as many as it can get. So that's where that information is coming from. So let's go back to the race. I went ahead and filled this out just because you can go through and it can take a while. And as you go through here, and you can just click on each one of these, click, and it'll filter up here. I cleared one because I did a duplicate, but you can go through here, and as you can pull it up here, it'll take it up here to your what's called the bet pad. Brings up your consensus ranking. 7, 11, 2, 1 are the numbers that I got. But as I'm looking through here, one thing to take note of, you know, the way to look at this is if you can do it real, you know, there's a 12-horse field, so you know you don't want to go too deep. But you know, the fact that I have horses like the 4 and the 3, you know, and the 1 showing up, and even the 1 showing up in first in a few spots. You know, here's a 1, here's a 1. That's scary to leave out. Even, you know, we have 7, 11, 2, 1 down here, but we have some horses left out. So I went ahead and filled out all the horses that are listed within all this. So the 7, 11, 2, 9, 1, 3, and 4 are the plays, because as you can see, they're all showing up there. And I just don't feel comfortable leaving those out because, like I said, they showed up. Now, had we had 12 different horse numbers here, I don't think you can play all 12 horses in this race, just because I think some of them are okay to leave out. But that's what I opted to do. Like I said, you could play a 4, 4, 4, 4 if you wanted to, and just take the top 4 that pulls down here. I mean, it's totally up to you. So let's go to the next race. You know, and one thing to mention is this, on the bet pad, you can save this bet pad and bring it up again. You know, add, you know, so that way you can add these rankings. You know, to keep notes about different ways that you might handicap a race. So this is the next race, race 7 in the pick 4, field of 11, and again, same thing, go down here to factors. I mean, the best way to start this is to sort the win ROI under all, and go through here, and you gotta be smart about some of it. You know, here's average off-track earnings. It's got a great ROI, best speed turf. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily, isn't real relevant. But you know, best speed today's track, things like that. As you can see, I went ahead and filled this out as well. I got the 1, 6, 2, 9. I went ahead and stuck with that. You have, you know, 9 a couple spots here, the 1. The only horse that I'd be worried about is the 4. But as I said in the last one, it becomes a point of it becomes too deep, and the ticket becomes too expensive. I mean, you have the 4, and you have the 3, and you have the 10, and you have the 8, and it just becomes where my ticket is coming huge. So I stuck with these top 4. I liked that the 1 showed up a couple times, the 6 showed up in the top spot, the 2 showed up second a couple times, and the 9. The only horse that I'm worried about is the 4, but I'm taking a stand, and sometimes you have to be a little bit, you know, use it as a tool and then kind of use your own opinion. And I wasn't a high believer in the 4, so that's why I didn't throw them in there. But you know, like I said, use this as a start. Go look at yourself and kind of decide, okay, you know, it's 10 to 1 morning line, and you know, the 9 is 15 to 1 if you want more value, that kind of stuff. So let's move on to race 8. This was Smarty Jones. Again, I went ahead and filled this out. Same song and dance. You know, I'll zoom in a little bit. You can see what I did there. So here we go. I've got it already filled out. 3, 8, 1, 4 is what I came up with in this race. It becomes a question of how deep you want to go, because you do have horses like the 2 and the 5, the 7, the 6 that show up in here. But you know, the 3 shows up quite often. The 1 shows up a lot in, you know, below, so that scares me to leave that one off. The 8 shows up as a win, so you know you got to pick that. The 4 shows up as a win, but you have horses like the 9 and the 2 that you know, if you're a believer, play. But like here, 30 to 1 morning line with 9, no thanks, and the 2 paid admission 21, no thanks. So you can kind of be smart with it, and that's why I left those out. So 3, 8, 1, 4 is what I got there. And then in the last race, same deal. You know, went through and selected the ones. You know, this one became pretty evident to me as I was going through here that 12 and 1 are far and away the 2 top shots when it comes to picking out these. You can see 12 almost dominates. It's either 12 or 4, 12 or 1, I should say, and the 4 shows up and 5 shows up a couple times. 4 and 5 scratched in this race. You would have known that the day of, so you know, you can go and throw those out. So I just left the 12 and the 1. So we had, let's see, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the first leg, 4 in the next, 4 in the next, 2 in the last. The ticket cost $224. And let's look at the results. Race 6 at Oaklawn that day. The 3 won the first leg. We had it. That was one of the shots we added in. 7th race, the 9 won. That was a big shot, 12-1. We had the 9 in our, that was our last horse within our 4. The 1 won in the 8th, so we had that. And of course the 12 won in the last. The pick, the 50 cent paid $15.96, so it's about $3,600 pick 4 on a $224 ticket. To me, that is winning every single time. Now again, you know, something like I hit the one today at Oaklawn and it didn't pay a ton, but it still made money. This one obviously was huge. Saturday and Sunday didn't hit. The key to remember here is factor detail can really help you get a base. And like I said, you know, the good example was the first race where I went deeper than just the 7-11, 2 and 1. And the reason I did is because we had several other horses that made it not go too deep. And you gotta be smart when you look at this and look at races that, you know, you can go deep on. And of course you go deeper in all of them, but your ticket's gonna be huge. You know, if I'm playing a pick 4 and it's a $1, I try to keep it under 300. If I'm playing 50 cent, I try to keep it under 2. So, you know, you gotta kind of keep your means. And so if I had one more horse, all of a sudden, I miss it. But factor detail, people, is just so huge. This to me is a game changer for me. It's gonna change the way I handicap. I'm gonna use this to make all my tickets. So I would strongly suggest going to BETMIX.com. They have free races. You can go up here and click on your free horse races. Today's free race. You can go to our website right here on the side, BETMIX handicapping software. Click that link. We have articles all the time. You can find that and click it and play with it. Try it out. If you want some recommended ways that we use it, let us know and we'll be happy to help. This, seriously guys, this is the best software. I cannot wait to use this the next time we go to Oaklawn. As always, for more information, go to racingdudes.com or go to betmix.com and try it out. You can sign up at any time, and you can sign up for day passes, you can sign up for monthly passes, you can sign up for yearly passes. So, I mean, I don't really know what you have to lose, especially at least trying it for a day. Alright guys, thanks for listening and good luck. Let's cash some tickets.